What you're about to see happens every single day to millions of people who think they're being careful. Someone asks an AI a question. The AI answers clearly, quickly, confidently, and the person believes it. No hesitation, no second thought, just trust. But here's the thing nobody talks about. The AI wasn't right. It just sounded right. And that is the most dangerous thing about artificial intelligence today. Not that it's too smart, not that it'll take over the world. The danger is that it's confident, even when it's wrong. If a doctor walked into your room, sat down calmly, looked you in the eyes, and told you in a perfectly steady voice that you had nothing to worry about, would you believe them? Most people would, immediately, because confidence feels like truth. But here's what no one taught us in school. Confidence and accuracy are completely different things. A person can be absolutely sure about something that is absolutely wrong. And an AI can be more confident than any human being about things it has no business being confident about. The AI doesn't pause. It doesn't say, I'm not sure. It doesn't go, wait, let me double check. It just answers. Full speed, full clarity, full confidence. And our brains, built over millions of years to trust confident communicators, don't know how to resist it. Here's what's happening inside your head when you read an AI response. Your brain doesn't analyze the content first. It analyzes the delivery. It asks 3 unconscious questions. Is this fast? Yes. Does this sound clear and organized? Yes. Does this flow naturally like someone who knows what they're talking about? Yes. Trust confirmed. Moving on. This isn't stupidity. This is evolution. For most of human history, someone who spoke with clarity and confidence usually did know more than you. It was a reasonable shortcut, but that shortcut was built for humans, not machines. AI exploits that shortcut without even trying. It's not manipulating you on purpose. It doesn't have a plan, it doesn't want anything. It just produces text that patterns of language suggest should come next, and those patterns happen to sound incredibly authoritative. The result? You feel informed, you feel educated, you feel helped, and sometimes you're just wrong. There are 3 things people confuse constantly when dealing with AI. Clarity is not the same as truth. A lie can be presented more clearly than a truth. A wrong answer can be organized better than a right one. When AI gives you a structured, logical-sounding response, your brain reads organized and translates it into accurate. But organized and accurate are not the same thing. Fluency is not the same as intelligence. AI is extraordinarily fluent. It produces text the way a river produces water, constantly, smoothly, effortlessly. But fluency is a communication skill. It's not a knowledge skill. You can speak beautifully about things you don't understand. Poets do it, politicians do it. And now AI does it at scale, at speed, 24 hours a day. When AI explains something complex in simple, flowing language, it feels like intelligence. But often what you're seeing is pattern completion, not understanding. Confidence is not the same as precision. This is the hardest one, because confidence actually changes how we evaluate information. Studies show that people rate information as more accurate when it's delivered with confidence, even when it's the exact same information. AI has no internal meter for uncertainty. It will tell you the exact date of a historical event that it hallucinated. It will give you a source that doesn't exist. It will explain a scientific concept and get the core mechanism backwards. And it will do all of this in exactly the same tone it uses when it's completely right. There is no signal, no warning, just clean, steady, certain text. Here's what makes this especially dangerous. AI errors are not obvious. If AI told you something totally absurd, you'd catch it immediately. But AI doesn't fail like that. AI fails at the margins. It gets 90% right and 10% subtly wrong. It gives you a historical date that's off by 5 years. It summarizes a study, but flips the conclusion. It gives medical information that's accurate in general, but wrong for your specific case. And that small, elegant, confident, invisible mistake is exactly where the real damage happens. Because by the time you find it, you've already acted on it. You've already sent the email. You've already made the decision. You've already told someone else. This video is not saying AI is evil. It's not saying you should stop using it. AI is an extraordinary tool. It can speed up research, help with writing, solve complex problems. But a hammer is also an extraordinary tool, and you don't trust a hammer to tell you where to put the nail. The tool doesn't replace the judgment. The tool doesn't replace the verification. AI works best when the person using it understands its limits. And right now, most people don't understand those limits because AI is so smooth, so fast, so confident that it hides its limits from you. So what do you do with this? You don't stop using AI. You stop trusting it automatically. You start treating AI responses the way good journalists treat sources. Useful as a starting point, dangerous as a final word. You ask who verified this. You ask what's the source. You ask if this is the kind of thing AI might get wrong. Because here's the brutal truth. AI doesn't know what it doesn't know. It doesn't experience uncertainty. It doesn't feel doubt. It doesn't hesitate. That's not a bug they'll fix in the next update. That's a fundamental property of how these systems work. And until that changes, verification is your responsibility, not the AI's, yours. The greatest risk of AI isn't that it thinks for itself. It's that we stop thinking for ourselves. It's that we hand over our judgment to something that sounds certain, and forget that sounding certain and being right are two completely different things. The most dangerous thing about AI isn't the error, it's the confidence behind the error. And the worst part, you won't always know the difference.